it's sharpened. The characteristics of iron, it's a solid metal, it's a solid material. It's not a soft material. Most of the time it's something, we use iron if we want something strong, we use that material, iron. We use it for its strength, its durability. We use it, so that's one of the characteristics, a solid material. It can be sharpened or it can be dulled, so it's a changing material. Also, the iron, as it says here, is sharpened. So a lot of times, we can call it a tool. You don't sharpen a piece of metal for no reason. You sharpen it for a purpose, because you're going to use it for something. So iron can also be, one of the characteristics of the iron that we read, that's from our text here that we read, is that it's a tool. Now spiritually, the word iron, today it represents your character, your decision making, your mindset. Tonight I want you to have that understanding. The iron that we speak of today is your character. Some people call character your soul, because it's who you are. It's the things that you like, the things that you don't like, your habits, your hobbies. Also, I want you to connect iron with your faith and all things godly. And we're going to make this connection as we break down this verse. Now, iron is, you come across iron every day. These days, it's more commonly known as steel. This would probably be known as steel. Your car is made of steel. Most of the things today are steel because steel is stronger than iron. As we've grown through the ages, we found out steel is stronger than iron. We use steel more than iron. But steel actually is made of iron. The majority of steel is iron mixed with carbon deposits and other pieces of metal that they use, they weld, they mix in to make steel. Iron is always known as a strong substance, but not necessarily a durable substance. It does wear down. Okay? I'm sharing with you iron because we have to understand all the characteristics of the material. And we'll connect with our spiritual meaning in our lives. Amen? So it says here, iron sharpeneth iron. Now I want you to picture a blade, a knife. It's a good way to get a good way to get a better understanding of what the word is trying to say here. Now where I work at night as security, I guard 3 doors where I work. One of the doors goes to the kitchen, and there's a back door in that kitchen. This place is rated 4.5 out of 5. It's a professional kitchen. And the kitchen's big. I think it's bigger than my apartment. And the kitchen is one of those big ones that you see on TV when you watch Food Network. It's one of those big kinds of restaurants. The guy walks around and he has his tools all over. He has everything he ever needs. This one old man that cooks these Vietnamese dishes. And this guy is a professional chef. He has everything you would ever need to cook anything. And every time I come into this kitchen, I look at all those machines and I marvel at this guy's kitchen. I'm like, man, this guy's the real deal. He has everything you ever need. And I look at his kitchen and I notice that out of all the tools that he has about 80 knives on the wall. There's one that he uses in particular. It's the same knife he uses each and every day. This guy cooks for over 100 people, just in the nighttime. I'm not there during the day, I don't know what he does during the day, but he cooks for over 100 people. So you picture over 100 meals, this guy using the same knife every time. Every time I go in, another thing I noticed is I go into the kitchen maybe 30 times, checking the back door, make sure nobody's trying to come in. Maybe one out of every 5 times that I go in there, he's sharpening that same knife. The same exact knife. I noticed the handle is white and green. It's made out of this weird plastic, or maybe it's something expensive. And I noticed all the knives on the wall he doesn't touch, just the same knife. And the reason, and I remember back because one of my first jobs out of high school, I was a salesman for a knife company. They Cutco, they manufacture knives. And they put me through a week-long training course on knives. So for a while, I knew everything there was to know about knives. And it didn't help me much in the future, but the knives. And the brand that I worked with was one of those upscale brands. Okay, these are they put it in our hands as they trained us for a week. You know how the high quality steel that they use on their knives. I knew about the handles, the grips, the rivets, and I knew about a lot of things about knives because of these people. But